In this lecture, we're going to talk about tab management in Perplexity Comet. Now, the Comet browser introduces several advanced tab management features that leverage AI to streamline how we work and to enhance our productivity. Now, I currently have 3 tabs open, and they're all related. They're all have to do with AI and AI coding and general chat GPT in this case. So I've got 3 tabs open. And one of the nice features of tab management in Comet is that it has the same look and feel as it does in Google Chrome or even Microsoft Edge. So there's nothing revolutionary about that in itself, except it has a nice familiar feeling. Now, some of the things that you can do though with tab management in Comet is to reference a tab using the @tab command. Now, what this allows you to do is to reference the tab. You can reference any open tab in the assistant. Now, I've run into an interesting problem this morning, August 21st, 2025, and it seems like Perplexity has issued an update to Comet, and now the assistant, if I click on the assistant here, you can see it's completely empty. So I think they've run into some sort of bug with Assistant, which I suspect will get reported very, very soon, and they'll get this fixed. Because of this bug, it's going to make it a little bit difficult for me to show you exactly how this works. But what you can do in the Assistant is you can use ampersand and then reference the tab. I could reference any one of these tabs and then ask it a specific question about the particular tab. Because oftentimes, if you're like me, you might have 10 to 15 tabs open at one time. And you might want to, in the case of Comet, you might want to ask a question or do some research on one of the open tabs, but you don't necessarily want to go to that tab. Okay, so using the @tab, the ampersand tab command, allows the AI to focus queries or actions specifically on the content of those tabs, and it keeps answers relevant to what you're working on, unless you directly ask the assistant to act on information from specific tabs. Okay, another unique feature of tab management in Comet that doesn't exist in other browsers is that Comet's AI understands the content of all open tabs simultaneously. In other words, at the same time, it always is aware of what tabs you have open and the content of those tabs. So this makes it possible to perform multi-tab actions like comparing products. Or now if the assistant were working, I could have the assistant say, I could have 3 videos open, or three YouTube videos open, all on Chat GPT. Okay, and then I could ask Comet to say, what differentiates these 3 videos? What does the video in tab 1 talk about that tab 2 doesn't? And what's unique about tab 3, since they all talk about the same thing? Or I could have 3 tabs open on 3 shopping sites, and I want to have Comet compare the prices of several items that might exist on all 3 sites. Okay, so that's a very, very nice feature in Comet. And then there's natural language commands for tab organization. Okay, so you can manage your tabs using conversational language. So for instance, you could ask Comet to close all tabs older than today. So it keeps track of what tabs you have open, when you open them, and it will also close tabs that you maybe haven't opened in a few weeks. If you're like me, I never shut my browser, I never even turned my computer off. I haven't had my computer physically off since March, and it's now August. And a lot of times I never have my browser closed unless I see that there's an update and I have to restart it, but I don't really actually close it. So it remembers when tabs were open, and it can close tabs that haven't been opened in weeks or months. All right, another nice feature is that the AI can recognize duplicate or empty tabs. As I mentioned, it can close tabs that haven't been used or opened in days or weeks. And this kind of helps declutter your workspace efficiently. And when I say duplicate tabs, I might have the same video open on 3 or 4 different tabs and not even be aware of it. Comet can help me with that. There's also some nice features up here If I go to one of these, let's just go to the middle tab here. the complete, I don't even want this running, the complete beginner's guide to Claude Code. I could right click and I could say, move this tab to the right. Okay, that's not a big deal. I can just drag and drop it to the right. Add tab to a new group or move tab into a new window. I can reload it, of course, which is not a big deal. I can just refresh it by clicking here. I can duplicate it, pin it. I can mute the site, close other tabs, close tabs to the right. Now, let's say that I want to create a tab group because I've got all three of these open, and maybe I just want a tab group called AI. So I can say add tab to a new group, and then it's going to say, okay, what do you want to name this group? And I'm just going to say AI YouTube videos. And then let's see, I can give it a certain color. Let's make it that color right there. I can give it different colors and press enter. And now I've got AI YouTube videos, and I can move this now, or actually remove from the group. So I'm going to close this. But if I close it, I delete the entire group. So I don't want to do that. And so now I can take this video and I can say add tab to the group, AI YouTube videos. There we go. And I'm going to add this one to the same group, add tab to group, and I'm going to say AI YouTube videos. Now, if I click that group, then it collapses, and now I have more real estate to work with, and I can create additional tabs and potentially new groups. And then if I click on this, they all get restored. So all three of these now are part of this group. And if I click this, it collapses, which is a very, very nice feature. And it really helps, as I mentioned, to declutter my entire working environment. And then finally, to wrap this up, now that I have this collapsed, I can right click on this, and I have some options that operate on the group as a whole. So I can add a new tab in the group. I can move group to a new window. I can close the group, ungroup it, or delete the group. Okay, so I like this feature. I use this somewhat because I often have several videos open up at once, and I might have some news sites open, and I might have some sites that are related to Power BI, which I work with quite a bit. And it's nice having these all in their own groups. And as I mentioned, not only does it help declutter my environment, but I can go to the assistant and I can ask questions that pertain to a certain group. Very, very nice.